Right. Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the 1v1 League
Welcome
Week
to
2.
Bro.
It's a 1v1 League Week 2 discussion. Now, Bran, Week 2 has not concluded yet, but we thought they're holding it too late.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to do our show now. So obviously, for you who didn't watch last week, the show is going to be between about 20-30 minutes long, where we just discuss our opinions on the week's matches and how each player is going to move forward and any surprising picks and bans.
Yeah, I know.
So let's start off with the first game of the week when you played Pokegoff, man. Probably one of the closest games we're going to see. Just because I think you can admit this. If Pokegoff knew how to close out, I think that would have been a 2-0.
Yeah, I know.
But there was two games. The two games you won, you knew how to close out and he didn't.
Yeah.
Game 2, obviously, we don't want to mention. Because,
Yeah.
you kind of got made his bitch. But, talk to us about this on her pick. Well, why do you keep going back to this on her pick?
Right, okay. Right, when it came down to me and Michael and Scrims, yeah? I played on her against him once, and he fucking hated it. He really did. So I thought I would surprise him and go on her.
Was his Freya, like, the way he played his Freya against your on her, was it a surprise to you?
Yes, because it was a bit over-aggressive from the way how Freya's usually played.
Do you think it was like... I think it's because you two were scrim partners, he was expecting it. I think that's the problem. That's the problem with going like a scrim partner. When you practice me in scrims against your scrim partner, and you play your scrim partner, and you go for that same pick, they know what to play against it. Know how to play against it. That's why I've been... Obviously, we all have our separate scrim partners. Your scrim partners with Pokegoff. Chris and Eddie are scrim partners, and me and Aaron are scrim partners.
Yeah.
I think there's picks I can't play against Aaron because he knows how to play against it.
Yeah, I know.
There's picks you can't play against Pokegoff.
When he let your Alquan through, he became your bitch.
No, but I mean, the scrim partnership didn't start till after that game.
Yeah, I know.
But so we'll go back to game 1. Game 1, you kind of won the picks and bans in game 1.
Yeah, I made him ban his own god.
You made him ban his own Freya.
Yeah.
Game 2, though. I don't have words.
Yeah, I know.
But game 3, everyone thought me and Pokegoff were two people. If you didn't win picks and bans, you didn't win the game.
Oh, but I proved that otherwise.
You lost. You lost your picks and bans. You got completely baited in picks and bans. He tricked you into picking Jingwei.
And that did not really work out for him in the end, did it?
In the closing out part. Up to the closing out part, it was working.
Yeah.
Your Jingwei just couldn't seem to get a hold of how to, like, play against this Freya. But I'm not even sure why he even risked letting the Jingwei through. I know he loves his Freya, and you were gonna pick it if there was Jingwei open, but it's not that worthy.
Yeah, I know. We gotta give me respect on my best god.
Yeah, alright. So obviously you won that 2-1. You went level with him.
Yeah. Rush, I need 5 hugs.
What comes up next week?
What comes up next week?
You play Eddie.
Well,
and he plays me.
I have Eddie.
And he plays me. Which has already been played, guys.
Right.
We already know the determined score, but for spoiler reasons, we're not going to release that.
I think it would be 2-1. Michael.
I think I'm going to 2-1 Michael. I think I'll 2-1 him. But you against Eddie next week. You've shown signs of life now. We said that your game against Eddie would be the day if you would either a mid-card player, or at least a mid-card player, or a bottom-of-the-pack player. Your game against Pokegoth, though, proved you're at least a mid-carder. If not a contender for first.
And when I do play Eddie, I'm going to show him a side of me that you've never met before.
I'm looking forward to next week's games, actually. I actually really am.
Because hopefully we could get my game and Eddie's game out today. Because I'm going to show him a mage that I've been working on through stages, through working with Michael, and he's going to go down.
No. On to me versus Aaron.
That game, Aaron underestimated you, in my opinion.
Game 1, it was the other way around. I underestimated. I didn't show him any respect.
Yeah, I know.
But I think I kind of get called out on my taunting. I don't know why I like taunting people.
Yeah, I noticed that. Me and Michael picked that up.
But game 1, I got outplayed and I lost picks and bans. I drastically lost picks and bans.
And then game 2, it's just like, I'll ban this and ban the Cali, and you're like, oh look, Alquong, hello.
I don't think there's been a faster pick in this league than when I picked Alquong. Because I looked at his bans. I looked at his bans and went, right, so he's banned Nemesis, so I'm either getting Kali or Alquong. Which one are you letting through, mate?
And banned Kali.
In my opinion, actually, to be fair though, my Alquong is my best god, but it's my worst 1v1 god out of the 3.
Well, I wouldn't really say that when you fucking annihilated him. Not gonna lie.
I think it's because he's had success against it in scrims before.
But I did notice a change about your Alquong.
What?
You were playing defensive for about a little bit part of that game, maybe 15 minutes.
I had to get some items online. I have to get a kill. I had to get a lead. And I couldn't get a lead until I got that kill. He got the tower, but I got the kill. I got the first blood. Tightly wiped out that tower gold. Easy game, easy life. Game 3. I pulled out the Chronos.
Oh, that I see. I didn't really see that coming, but as soon as I seen your pick, it's like, right, either you've been training with Michael or you know how to use this god. So let's see, Jack.
And that's the game he didn't show me any respect. Like the first blood I got on him when he dived me in the tower.
That was lucky because he wanted to fucking annihilate you.
I had 13 health left. You couldn't have just waited and hit a ring bounce off the minion wave.
Yeah, I know.
But he didn't show me any respect, and he paid the price for it, and he got wiped. So that puts me on 6. I'm the only person who's undefeated now. What does that say,
Michael,
next week?
Well, what I say, right, is I'm going to try and win all my next games for the next... Try and win every single one of them, even against you, Jack, even though I fucking cry my heart out.
Next week, we've talked about me. Aaron's playing Chris. What happens to them two?
Aaron's playing Chris. I hope Aaron wins, honestly.
I agree with you. I personally agree with you, but not as much as I think is expected.
Yeah, right. If Aaron can get his picks and bans right, that would be good.
I think that's Aaron's biggest worry. His picks and bans are, apart from his one against me, are appalling.
Well, he did let you fucking...
He had one good picks and ban against me, and that's all he's had. Against you, you won the picks and bans.
Yeah, I just couldn't get my mechanics down because I was nervous of playing. I just couldn't figure out straight. As soon as I go to Michael to training, get bang. Yeah, bang.
Against Michael, you knew how to play.
Yeah.
Chris,
Me and Michael were just like, we came on, right? And we're just like, oh yeah, we should just play. I was like, oh yeah, okay, Michael, let's go.
Chris, though. How's Chris going to play against Aaron?
Right. It depends if Aaron annihilates him on game 1. It really depends, because then Chris' mood changed. And you gotta understand that Chris' mood does change.
Chris is an emotional. He's a very emotional player.
Yeah, he mood change. If his mood changes, there goes the game for him. That's what's worrying about me. Because if his mood goes, there goes the game for him. Doesn't matter who said it is, that is game for him. Because he gets his emotions get the better of him.
I'm going to say this, if Chris doesn't win today, because obviously he's playing Eddie today, well, in like an hour or so.
Yeah.
If he doesn't win, Aaron's going to 2-0 him.
Yeah.
If Chris does win, I think it's going to be 2-1 either way.
Yeah, I know.
It's all about if Chris can take that momentum. He needs the momentum, obviously, because it's disheartening to play me in your first week. I think that's the fixture everyone wanted to avoid.
Yeah, I know.
And he got it.
See, the thing is, how many times have I got? Chris, if Aaron gets in Chris's head, he will become emotional. He cannot let Aaron get in his head.
Like against me, Aaron didn't get in my head.
Mm.
It was more like the other way around.
Yeah, I know.
You came on and you heard what I was saying. Hurry up, you fucking little bitch. I'm going to demolish you.
But if Aaron gets in Chris's head, I honestly think it'll be a 2-0 Aaron.
I think if Chris has the momentum, it's going to be. But Aaron does get in the head. It's 2-1 Aaron.
Mm.
But if Aaron doesn't get in the head, it's 2-1 Chris. With Chris momentum.
Yeah.
Without momentum and out getting in the head, it's 2-1 Aaron. With momentum, without momentum and getting in the head, it's 2-0.
If he makes Chris angry or upset or whatever, right, Chris won't even play it. Right, honestly, right, when he was playing with us guys, right, he stood still at Fenton for a few games when he was playing with us. He is a really emotional player. And honestly,
I think one thing Chris has to work on this game, but it's just a practice for him though.
Mm.
He needs to. How's the word? There we go, I found it. He needs to make sure his picks and bounds are on point.
Yeah.
If they're not on point,
if not get his emotions sorted out.
If they don't have to be on point today, they don't have to be.
No.
Next week against Aaron though, they're gonna have to be.
Yeah, I know. And I am actually going through some serious fucking training.
I think if we can come, all to the assumption that either Pokegoff or Aaron is the most mechanically skilled.
Yeah.
And we can all come to the assumption I have the best decision making.
Yeah, I know.
You have the best defensive plays.
Oh.
Chris has the best, knows what he's doing with certain gods. If Chris gets a certain god,
yeah, that's it.
He can turn into this amazing player.
Yeah.
Just like all-star player. But if he doesn't, he focuses too much on trying to counterpick.
Yeah, I know, he couldn't do that.
He took too much trying to counterpick the Medusa against me and picked a god he never played before.
Yeah.
I understand counterpicking, but if you're going to counterpick, at least know you've played the god.
Yeah. See, all I'm doing is I'm playing hunters. I'm getting used to all the hunters.
The thing is, though, you play assassins as well.
Yeah.
It is going to be very difficult.
See, it's going to be hard because I could also play Kali, And if my Carl is good, well, expect, Carl. But there's also the thing with Jingwei, Neith, Apollo. You need to watch out for them. Because they're mostly my comfort pick. And then Cryon is one of my better gods as well.
And the thing is, like, your Houyi isn't awful either.
Yeah. So you gotta really think of what god you want to play against me.
But, so, Chris vs Eddie today. We've got our predictions here. You're going, what are you going for?
2-1 Eddie.
I'm going 2-1 Chris. Love them both. Just think Chris is slightly stronger.
Oh, I'm not saying I love them, but
Eddie's.
I just think.
I don't think Eddie's just got enough
I'm
experience.
putting faith in the underdog, I'm putting faith.
You're
in
an underdog. You've been an underdog, Brandon, 2 weeks. Well, I don't even know if you were the underdog.
Well, I am ADC, so I help.
I don't know if you were the underdog against Aaron. I think I was an even match. Against Pocoff, you were the underdog.
Yeah. So I always put faith in the fucking underdog. And because Eddie's an underdog against fucking Chris, I'm putting my faith in him to come through and win a game. And win it.
I think if Eddie wins here, he'll get a couple more wins.
Yeah.
If Chris wins here, Eddie needs to win more than Chris does.
Yeah.
Chris knows he can get wins from other people. Well, I don't know if he knows it, but Chris can get wins from other people. I don't know if Eddie can.
See, I'm looking at more played mages now, because hunters, they know who I'm going to play. So I'm looking at playing mages. And there's one in particular that I want to play against it.
If you look at week 1, right? One warrior was picked in the entire week. And it lost. People are expanding outside assassins to hunters and mages now. Guardians and warriors are going to start getting played, I think.
Yeah.
Because
there is somebody that I need you to help me with later on, but I'm not going to say who.
Brand new mumbling into your mic.
I need you to make a build for me later.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Let's talk about a player. Let's talk about one player. Aaron.
Okay.
How's his attitude going to change, you think? In week 1, he kept the same cocky attitude because he won, obviously.
Yeah.
Week 2, he comes into it. He got a game. But he got stomped in game 2 and 3.
Yeah, it's because you realised what he was doing.
Do you think his attitude's going to change for next week, or do you think he's going to go for the same tactic?
I think it's going to be the same tactic.
What? Just like get in the opponent's head?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as extreme.
See, that's just me being honest. Yeah. Let me be honest here, right? He hasn't got really another playstyle to go with.
The thing is, he can't play any warriors because Raven gets banned, and the only there's 2 other warriors who can sort of 1v1, like Cyrus and Sun Wukong, but they're not as strong as the Raven. But the Raven's never going to get through.
No, I won't get through.
I personally would love to see him go back to the Bologna.
Well, the thing is, I'm keeping an eye out for his Bologna. I have a strat if he does play Bologna against me, because I've managed to beat it before.
Yeah, but I personally think I would love to see him go back to the Bologna next week. I'd love to see him pick the Bologna up next week.
Yeah.
Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, pick that Bologna up. It's a comfort pick. He's good with it.
Yeah.
And he knows how to build along with it, and aggress and unaggress with it. Next week, I'd love to see Chris pick up either the Soul or the Isis. Maybe even the soul. Yeah, I'm going for the soul. I'd love to see him pick up that soul. I feel like he's got a strong soul. I think Soul is just one of his stronger mages.
But I've never really seen him play Soul.
He hasn't played her in a while, but when he did play, when last time he played her, he was really good with her. It's Soul's like Kronos, kind of like a hunter, but does magical damage.
Yeah.
Because Soul's 2 is a basic attack throw. Soul gets most of the damage from basic attacks.
Yeah.
Hunters do most of their damage from basic attacks. Soul is the play unless he wants to go Kronos. And I don't think Kronos is in his dog pool.
No.
For Eddie, I'd love to see Eddie get just something he's comfortable on.
See, we don't really know who's Eddie comfortable on, because we put him to solo for a week, then he automatically changes to assassin, so we actually do not know what he is comfortable on.
Well, we know it's Osiris.
Yeah.
That's never getting through.
No.
God help. Well, no, it's God help. It's not. I wouldn't go that far. But
Yeah.
you better have your A game if you're gonna let Eddie's Osiris through.
Yeah, I know.
But just
And most likely Chris has told him when I play him about the Jingwei and certain other dogs. But I know exactly how I'm gonna play as Osiris.
hopefully.
So I've been watching Eddie's YouTube channel, and for the next time I verse him, when I verse him, he's gonna get one hell of a surprise.
I just want to see Eddie get something he's comfortable with.
Yeah. See, I was actually surprised I actually got the Jingwei in this tournament.
I don't think you're gonna get it again, mate.
No, I'm never gonna get it again.
Like,
Unless I'm playing you.
I don't think I'm ever going to see Ao Kwong ever again in this tournament. No one's letting Ao Kwong through.
No.
No one's gonna let Kali through. I can guarantee you this. I'm not going to have one game on Kali this entire tournament. No one wants to risk it.
I don't know. I want to play your Kali. Because if I play it long enough in defense...
I'm saying this though. You wouldn't. I don't think you'd risk it if you got a chance for first.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd risk it. Like how you say you want to play against Chris Medusa, you said so yourself. You won't risk it if it's a 1-1.
Yeah.
You will not. Oh, sorry. If he wins game 1, you're not risking it.
Yeah.
Next week. I'd love to see you pull out something no one expects.
Oh, trust me. You're about to.
Maybe even spice up the game style.
Oh, trust me. You're about to.
Because I feel like once you get your playstyle going,
Yeah.
there's like a spice up playstyle going, no one will be able to stop you.
Yeah.
And hell, you might even carry on and beat me.
But there is one thing.
What?
They better figure out what mage I'll be playing. Again.
Who do you want to see me get next week?
Next week, who do you want to see you play against or get like this opponent?
What god do you want? What kind of god do you want me to play? What kind of god do you want to see me
I would like
on?
you to play a hunter.
I've
But
played one hunter game. No, sorry, 2 hunter games, and I lost one of them. I've lost 1-on-1 on hunters.
But the god that you taught me how to play against. I'm not going to say, but
Okay.
I think you should play him.
I think people forget that I have a vast god pool. Everyone focuses on make sure he doesn't get 2 of these 3 gods.
Well, I think you should play the god you teach me how to play against.
it really for me all depends on, am I gonna ban my own god out? Or am I gonna or am I just gonna pick one of them?
See, the thing is, right, if you play the god that you taught me to play against, no one will expect it. No one will.
Well,
and you're really good at playing with them as well. And then you evolve me to be this better player by doing so.
So let's look on to next week. Next week's predictions, Bran. Clean sweep me through them. Every prediction. It's next week.
Okay. You start first.
Jack versus Pokegoth. Who are we going for?
2-1 Michael.
I'll go 2-1 me. Chris versus Aaron.
Chris versus Aaron. 2-1 Aaron.
I'm going for a 51-49 again, 2-1 Aaron. It's close though. You and Eddie.
Right. If I bring my A game, 2.
I'm going for 2-1.
2-1 here.
To you.
Alright, okay.
But so obviously, guys, that's rounding out this week's show. Unless you want to say anything else, Bran.
Okay, Jack, you ready for this? I believe I can.
That's what your on-her did when he jumped into my Scylla roll.
I know. I believe I can touch the sky.
And Aaron's agony dash was just seems like that person trying to push you out of the way of the car, but he couldn't get there in time, and you both just got hit.
I know.
Right. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you later. Catch you on the flip side.